Hey, what's going on, everyone? Carlos here. Carlos Gil TV is day 33 of 365, and I'm hyped up. There's a lot to talk about today. I'm going to try to get through it in just under 10 minutes. First thing is first, the Super Bowl. What the hell happened to the Seahawks? Granted, I thought it was going to be a long shot, but they had the game in the palm of their hands, and they gave it away. Pete Carroll, you, my friend, should be pink-slipped. That's real talk. And when I see teams like the Seahawks, who are on the 1 yard line, go for a bonehead pass when all you have to do is give the ball to Marshawn Lynch, it really hypes me up inside, because why do you play the game? It's to win championships. It's not to choke. And I get clock management, but come on, guys. You're down to 26 seconds. What are the chances if you score a touchdown and you give the Patriots the ball back with about 20 seconds to go? What are the chances that they're going to go ahead and miraculously score a touchdown? I'd rather take my chances on scoring and being up than going ahead and giving the game away. But with that being said, I know a lot of you out there in my network, good friends, social media contacts, you're either from Boston or you go for the Patriots, so congratulations to all of you. Tom Brady, he gets his 4th ring. He's going to someday go in the Hall of Fame as our generation's Joe Montana. He's going to be right up there with all the greats, so congrats to Brady, Belichick, and all you guys. All right, so next thing, the commercials. In my opinion, I thought this year's commercials were pretty entertaining. They were pretty legit. You had some that stood out, and then you have some that stood out for the wrong reasons, like, Nationwide Insurance. You don't go ahead and have a Super Bowl spot and had this total buzzkill moment where a kid in the spot is talking about he's dead. Like, you don't kill kids off in a commercial. If you want to do it in a movie, that's your prerogative, but you don't do it in a TV commercial during the Super Bowl. So that's my biggest gripe. That's the one that stands out the most to me. Other than that, I thought, again, there were some entertaining commercials out there. I like seeing Kim Kardashian. I like seeing the Budweiser commercials. I think they're getting a lot of heat today for the wrong reasons. Cracking on craft beer. Hey, look, AB keeps it real. They are a mass producer of genuine, authentic lager beer. Don't get me wrong, I'm a craft beer fan myself, but they're keeping it real to their values and to their tradition. So I applaud them for doing that. I think that the commercials could have definitely upped their game in the sense of the omni-channel experience. I read somewhere that a 30-second spot costs brands $4.5 million. I didn't see many brands incorporate hashtags into their commercials this year, and I thought that was a huge missed opportunity. And hear me out for a second. Where you want to go ahead and use hashtags, especially in a spot like the Super Bowl where you have millions of eyeballs watching, is you want to go ahead and drive conversation. Once that commercial is done, once your $4.5 million goes bye-bye and you've had your 30 seconds of fame during the Super Bowl, you want to have people actually go to an experience, whether it's your .com, whether it's going back to Twitter where people are already engaging. You want to drive people back to an experience that you can go ahead and curate conversation. I think, again, there was a lot of missed opportunities where brands, they could have had a genuine moment to basically say, hey, you saw our commercial, now come talk with us online. And, it leads me to my next point. You had some brands out there like Coke and Discover and others that they did a pretty good job in terms of moderating conversation throughout the Super Bowl. They had a presence. They were engaging with people. You had brands like Coke and McDonald's that were kind of taking jabs at other brands out there. They were having fun. That's, again, the whole nature of social media. It's about being relevant. It's about real time. And look, today people are talking about those brands. I want to go ahead and give props to Tide. I think that Tide this year gets the Oreo dunk in the dark moment for real-time engagement after halftime when Missy Elliott performed, and it was a surprise. Everyone knew that Katy Perry was going to perform. Everyone knew that Lenny Kravitz was going to be the special guest. No one thought that Missy Elliott was going to come out on stage, and I think it's kind of a sign of the millennials getting older. Missy Elliott's from our generation, from being in middle school and high school. Now all of a sudden, she's like 10 years past her prime. She comes out in the Super Bowl. Everyone's like, oh, Missy Elliott. She's trending on Twitter. Really exciting. But you got Tide that jumped on that moment. Here's the graphic on the screen from their tweet. They, again, friends, get the Oreo dunk in the dark moment for being engaging in real time, for being able to go ahead and push content out on the fly. It wasn't rehearsed. It was totally in the moment. Here's another example after the game was over. This one, yeah, it's debatable. They could probably produce this ahead of time. But again, they were real time and engaging in the moment to go ahead and acknowledge the winner of the Super Bowl. So to all of you people out there at Tide/PNG, I give you major props. All right, so enough of the Super Bowl talk. Let's get into social media real talk. So today I've done 3 Twitter chats, and for a guy who doesn't have a traditional job, I am working my tail off. Brian Fanzo, thank you so much, my man, for introducing me to the world of Twitter chats. I've been seeing Brian at iSocialFans on the Twitter chat game for about a year now. Being that I was working at a traditional job, I really didn't have the time, to be honest with you, with jumping on Twitter chats, especially during the day, because they take away from your office hours. I've been getting involved with the Twitter chats over the last several weeks. A couple of good things have come out of it. I've seen my engagement completely skyrocket through the roof on Twitter, which is just amazing. I think that's really just a product of being engaging with other folks out there. It's not just about shooting content, but actually having meaningful dialogue. And then I've also seen my Twitter followers also go up. Again, great product of what happens when you actually engage with people. Now, today I was in 3 chats. I'm really getting amped up in these chats. So the first is Brian's weekly chat. It goes down on Mondays. It's Brian Fanzo and his co-host Rachel Miller. They had the Social Business Hour. Today was the first time I actually engaged in it. I thought it was a really, really good dialogue about social business, but specifically what makes a business social. And let me be the first to say, just because your business, whether it's an enterprise business or a small and medium business, just because your brand, your company is on social media does not make you a social business. It goes beyond that. Just by having a presence online doesn't mean that your company is now socially or internet engaging. It doesn't mean that at all. A social business, from my point of view, my opinion, hashtag real talk, is a business that really evangelizes social media. They're using social media as part of their corporate culture, as part of their sales culture, as part of their marketing culture to go ahead and engage their audience. And who's their audience? It's their consumers, it's their customers that shop with them, and it's also broad consumers that shop with their competition. Again, social business is one that sees the value of social media. They're utilizing social media to market and to actually engage with customers out there. How can your brand be more of a social business? And it's quite simple. You have to engage. That's the name of the game. A lot of brands out there are going for the easy kill, which is content. They're pushing content out and they're not engaging. They're not really listening to what consumers are saying. And that, my friends, at the end of the day is what I call advertisement. There's a fine line between advertising and social media. Social media is a communication tool above all. It's not an advertising platform. Yes, you can sell. Yes, you can go ahead and get your marketing mix involved in social media. So to a degree, you can advertise. It's very debatable. But the difference between core advertising, which is static, just static content, and social media is that social media is two-way. You can have dialogue with customers, you can listen to what people are saying, and you can change your marketing on the fly based on that engagement. So I got involved with 2 other Twitter chats this evening. One of them is hashtag social chat every Monday night. The other is hashtag atomic chat. It was kind of crazy. They were both going on at the same time, so I was bouncing back and forth. Hashtag social chat was all around the Super Bowl spots. A lot of what I talked about earlier on in the video. Brands that did it well, brands that could have gone ahead and done better by incorporating hashtags. We talked about that for a good bit. So great crowd. Atomic Chat was actually where I got really hyped up right before coming online and making this video because you had some interesting perspectives in there. And it's interesting because a lot of these Twitter chats are being put on by either vendors or they're being put on by individuals that work in the tech space. So they represent a vendor, and I get it. They feel like they have to uphold the services that their vendors provide to brands. So like, I completely get that. And I never want to be that guy that comes in the room and is like completely knocking people down left and right. Because one thing about me is I love healthy debate. I love hearing people's perspective back and forth. So everything I just said around what, in my opinion, is social media, why it stands out from advertising, there's some people in the chat that we were going back and forth because they feel it's all one in the same. And I completely disagree with anyone that wants to say that social media and advertising are the same because they are completely different. Speaking to you from my perspective as a guy that's been in the business, been in the space for 7 years now, had a business, grew it organically using social media with no customers to go ahead and monetize and generate revenue simply through using this as a medium to build relationships. And I think that's like the biggest concept that brands lose. Like they think that your small agency or your like small mom and pop business is the only one that can really use social media for relationship building. And I think it's completely opposite thinking. I think that enterprise brands are the ones that actually have the biggest opportunity to monetize in social media if done right, because those are the businesses that have the most traction in terms of people visiting them on a daily basis, visiting their stores, talking about them, tweeting about them. Those are the opportunities for the enterprise brands for them to engage back. If you're not engaging back, well, guess what's happening? That's where your small and medium business, your competition, is able to jump in and take market share away from you. So like that's why it's so important that everyone from C-level executives to marketing directors to VP of marketing, like they all hear this and get that these tools, if used properly, can completely turn over and reshape your business. By all you have to do is just listen. There's a lot of conversation around content is king and content marketing this and content marketing that. But think about community. It's all about the people. Without the people, there is no social media. So you really have to make an investment in people, not only internally, but also people that are talking about your brand, that are shopping in your sector, because those are the ones at the end of the day that you have the biggest impact to use these mediums to build brand awareness, grow loyalty, and generate sales. And that is real talk. So I get super passionate about this space because I think social media is the most important platform for any brand today to be engaging on. It's more effective, from my point of view, than TV, radio, than print, than direct mail. It's such a powerful medium. And social media is not just Facebook, it's not just Twitter, it's a multi-channel experience. It's Instagram, it's Pinterest, it's Snapchat. It's utilizing embedded video in these platforms. It's utilizing these platforms to get in front of people that are using the mediums. Because again, at the end of the day, it's all about the people. Put yourself as a marketer in the customer's mindset. Where are they going to get advice? Where are they going to shop? Where are they looking before they make informed buying decisions? Where are they going to engage with their friends, family, and their neighbors? It's on social media. So as a brand, you want to be in those spaces. You want to be having relevant dialogue with these customers. Because at the end of the day, if they're not doing it with you, they're going to be doing it with another brand. I told you I was hyped up. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. It's getting late. I'm gonna go ahead and edit and upload this video. So I appreciate you watching day 33 of 365. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow. For now, friends, fist bumps, bam, peace, and keep it real always. Thanks a lot for watching.